Hey everybody, Mntdewmania here. Welcome back to Building with me. And today we're going to talk about walls. Not just walls though. We're going to talk about adding dimension, adding depth. Because to me this is a perfectly fine wall. Okay? It's plain, but it's pretty and smooth and rectangular, and I like that. I have always I've only recently started to get comfortable adding like let's see. Now if I could spell that would be awesome. Oh, come on. Stone brick. Let's see. So, let's get some cracked. Let's get some mossy, chiseled. Let's do some spruce logs. Okay. So, the most that I would ever do to something like this, let's get a couple of slabs here. Some stone and maybe some polished andesite, something like that. There we go. Get some different things. To me, like I said, this is a perfect wall. I've only recently started doing like when I was building my castle on Vox. I started slowly adding mossy cobble to the bottom. Like my castle was aging. Um, to me, that was a big deal. Um, and part of me was like, but the other part of me was like, yeah, it's like storytelling. Your castle is aging, your walls are aging, so that makes perfect sense, right? So then I started watching videos. I watch tons of people. Of course, Blue Nerd is one of my favorites. B Dubs. Um, I've been watching some cryptozoology, and they are pretty cool at wall building, I must say. I'll put some links of various wall videos I have watched. Okay, so a lot of people like to do something like this, right? So, but I've never, really done that. So now I'm trying to learn to add some depth and break up my bills, right? Give it some character, give it some whatever. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now see, my OCD can't stand that. So there we go. And it's cool and it's acceptable and it's fine. So what if we were to do that? Okay, that's not horrible. How about that? Mm, this. Okay, now we're starting to get in some different textures. Remember we've talked about textures a little bit, and I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. So, but what I've been trying to do is to go from this to adding some different colors and different textures and different. But I still realize it's flat. There's nothing, I mean, I'm adding some color to it, and I'm learning to do that, but I need to learn to do some depth perception, I guess, maybe. I've got to learn to do some, I've got to give it some, it's got dimensions this way, it's got dimensions this way, but it doesn't have dimensions this way. So, I'm going to give you an example of a wall that cryptozoology did. I will put the link into the video. There's like 20 walls just in this one video. But this one I kind of liked. I liked all of them, but this one kind of caught my attention. Simply because there's nothing really to it. I don't necessarily like the back because, but I mean, you could always fill it in. That's not a big deal. So that was my first problem. I can't stand that, But then, because I'm thinking about, I found a village here on the server, and I'm thinking about building a wall around it. Of course, it's an acacia village, but it's on an island, and maybe next time we'll visit it. But this is really, really cool and in depth. So, I mean, it's like little windows, like you could shoot arrows out of. You can imagine guards behind that. You know what I'm saying? And I like the greenery. That's pretty. I like the flower pots. That's pretty. So then I started thinking, okay, so I mean, I followed exactly what they used, right? So then I'm like, well, what? I mean, can I do other stuff? What? I mean, and then like, of course I can. It's my world. I can do anything I want to. Um, let's get some of these wilder ones over here. So now all I have to do is like play with different textures. And of course, texture packs are going to change this. So now you've got a whole new world of possibilities. See, that's got just a little bit of different color in it. And I mean, now we have, I mean, it's pretty cool, right? Now, see, to me, this is just like, I can't do that. But that's not too bad right there. So, and then I was looking at the flower pots, and I'm like, well, now we have these cool new pots, but the problem is they don't look too good up here. That just looks horrible, right? So what if we did this? And then what if we got a flower pot? So, let's see. Because if I'm not mistaken, don't these kind of fit right? Nope, right. Nope. Hold on. Don't you fit right there? Oh, yeah, I'll change them into hanging baskets. Oh, weird. Okay. So, that's interesting. Oh, here's an idea. Let's try this. Oh, it changed. Well, I mean, but you see what I mean. You can now. Can you put flowers in there? No. Okay. All right. So, which proves the point I just made. Depending on what you're using, changes your whole. You know what I'm saying? It changes everything. So, not only would a resource pack change this, like with actual textures, but any kind of data packs or anything you use like that is going to change it as well. Can I set that there? Oh. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So can I do that there? Okay. So I guess my point is you can change just about anything you want to with just, okay, let's see. Fence. Let's try something. Let's look at a spruce fence. I just want to try this really quick. Okay. Because you could make little bushes, right? Interesting. So this is what I've got to learn to do. I've got to learn to add another dimension, more depth. Spruce is not one of my favorites, but I mean, it's okay. And the doors are smooth, so that gives it a little more, yeah. So I've got to learn to play with not just up and down and side to side, but front to back. I've got to add another dimension. This is it's not uncomfortable. It's just, I guess I just don't think that way. I mean, of course, I do, obviously, the way I lay stuff out. But when it comes to walls and things like that, I tend to just think flat. I mean, because to me, that is smooth and attractive and clean. But this is very pretty, but it's kind of busy. It's there's a lot going on. not bad going on. Just um, I've just got to learn that it's okay. And even on the back, if I just have to do a smooth wall or even a triple wall, that could have like a walkway right here, even if I put rows of blocks behind this, um, you know, what if my wall was this much deeper, and guards walk the wall of the city, you know? So I've got to learn to start thinking another dimension. I've got to add some depth to my bills. And whereas this used to would be to me a total waste of stuff, supplies, because it takes a lot of time to gather stuff. I've got to learn that it's okay if I build something like this. It's not a waste. Even if you know, I'm just like, I don't know. It just seems so, what if I mess up, or I don't know. It's just a weird, obviously you mess up, you rebuild it, right? So I've got to learn to give myself the license to explore. So here's my little guard shack, right? Yeah, that's what I've. Oh, hello. That's what I've got to learn to do. And from the front, you cannot tell. It's the same wall. So yeah, learning to give some depth to things, three dimensions, instead of just up and down. Yeah, I've got to learn to work with this third dimension. So I think next time I'll show you the village I found, and we might play around with trying to figure out a wall for it. Kind of some actual in-game, instead of just here on my little platform, some actual terrain that we have to work with, and learning how we want our wall to look. So we might practice on that next time. But yeah, let me know if you have a favorite person that you kind of your go-to when you're looking for building ideas. I'm certainly got a couple that I always go to, and I've mentioned most of them, but there's a couple. I might put a couple more links of people that I've kind of looked at, just to kind of get some building ideas. But yeah, this is going to be a new challenge for me, and I hope you guys are enjoying building with me. And I mean, I'm sure there are a million other people that are better at this than I am, but this is just some of the things that I have um, dealt with, being so OCD. So yeah, this is kind of a awesome learning experience for me to make myself work outside my comfort zone. So I will see you guys next time. This is Mntdewmania, building with me. And yeah, I'm so out of here. Bye, guys.